in-person interview, fall 2022, at Texas Tech University for HDFS 3350, Section 002. Hello, my name is Tori Robinson. Today I'm going to be presenting over Casey. So for an introduction, Casey is a 21-year-old male. I met him almost a year ago through a mutual friend. Casey's highest cultural ties are to that of his Hispanic culture due to his father and grandparents and the closeness of their relationship. He has some college education with plans to return. The family that he comes from is closely tied as a unit itself, but other than his paternal grandparents, his extended family units aren't very close. With his permission, I was able to obtain his ancestry DNA results. His DNA is as follows: England/Europe 30%, Indigenous Americas Mexican 23%, Spain 17%, Scotland 15%, Germanic Europe 6%, Basque 5%. Social capital. The definition of social capital is the social, friendly networks of relationships among people who live and work within a particular society. An example of this is a job environment, a good one that enables that. An example of this within Casey's life is that within his life, as mentioned from the interview, is that harsher treatment that his father has received due to not lining up with his complexion. This example shows a lack of social capital being obtained due to judgment from native Hispanic speakers when his father could not speak Spanish himself. This explanation that was used, he explained to me a time where his father faced judgment due to the fact that his mother, a Caucasian woman, could speak Spanish far more fluent and understand it while his father could not. Concept of this within our class materials is the example in class that was used over African Americans possibly having less access to useful social relationships, leading to lower levels of overall social capital that is highly important to achieving that of economic success. Racism and discrimination. The definition of racism and discrimination is a prejudice or antagonism directed towards any person or group of people under the bias of whether or not they pertain to a particular racial or ethnic group, typically a group or person that is considered a minority. An example of this within Casey's life is when he mentioned in the interview when he was bullied for not being Hispanic enough by a young group of kids due to his freckles and light-skinned complexion when he was younger. This example was when he was speaking of a time where he had attempted to sit down with a group of kids at lunch, and due to his fair skin appearance and the outward look of being Caucasian, despite him being actually predominantly Hispanic, they did not want to let them sit with him based off of that. A concept within class materials of this is the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibited acts of discrimination based off of race, color, religion, sex, or a person's origin. Oppression. The definition of oppression is prolonged, unjust, wrongful treatment or control of a person or an entity. Some examples of this within Casey's life is when he mentioned in the interview when he spoke of moving back to the United States and experiencing ostracization from the 5 to 6 years of time that he spent raised in Germany with his accent once he returned to the United States. He mentioned how it was hard in the beginning to make friends due to the fact and that he faced some bullying once other individuals learned that he was from Germany. A concept of this within class materials is during our lecture for the Indigenous Peoples of the Americas, the instances of seizures of usable land being taken from the Native American tribes. In conclusion, the interview project has shown to be very insightful. It's definitely one thing to read the definitions and textbooks of these terms, but a complete other one to have real-life examples spoken from an individual to you about what they personally have faced. I have learned that the impact of social capital, discrimination, and racism, as well as oppression, can affect each and every individual differently. Thank you. For credits, this presentation template was created by SlidesGo and the other entities listed. Thank you.